Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Lorraine 15550. It's the Tier 7 French SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Redshire, and this one is under the command of Dr. Dip. Now this Arty is based on the Lorraine 40-ton tank. It's got a 155mm gun and was designed in 1950 but never got put into production, mainly because they didn't put the Lorraine 40-ton tank into production. Okay, he's off. Now this gun will do 700 alpha, penetrates 40mm of armour, and it's got a burst radius of 8 meters. Reload time is actually quite useful. It's 25.95 seconds. It's not hugely long, but slightly longer than you'll get at the 155mm in the GW Panther, which is also Tier 7. Okay, he's now ready to shoot at the enemy. Now, Dr. Dip's been playing with this Arty for a little while, so he's got used to it. It's actually quite a nice little Arty. It's also very fast on the move. I think that's its heritage from the medium tank that it was designed on top of. And, well, first enemy spotted on the east side of the map, an IS, followed by a T-29 and a Leo. But Dr. Dip's not firing just yet. Well, it saw a tree go down up on top of the hill, so that means there's a tank destroyer up there. And he's going for the heavies. I think he was busy with something else at that moment. Yeah, sometimes players, they can't fire straight away because they've got something on, something happening in their house. And, well, he's firing over near the Zeppelin, going for the M449. The Liberté rounds out. 165 from a near miss. Now he's actually loaded 5 rounds of premium ammo, and that can also be quite useful, especially if the tanks bunch together just like that. Oh, perfect. If only he had a premium round loaded right now, he could actually damage all of them together. But instead he's just going to go for the 49. Rounds out. Direct hit in his rear. 314. And he goes down immediately, taken out by a T-30. Now this is very useful now, and he's loading the premium ammo as I suggested. It's the best thing you can do under these circumstances. Increases the burst radius a little bit more than normal. Yes, it goes up to 9 meters instead of the 8 meters you get on the standard, and that make a big difference to how much damage you can do. But that shell was a little too far away from the enemy. He did stun the Conqueror. He might have damaged that T-29 because we didn't see him at the time, but he's going to aim for the Conqueror directly this time. Almost ready to go. Another premium round loading. There's the IS. Okay, the IS is going up to that ridge line. First he fires into the middle and damages the IS and the T-29 together. Saw shells flashing past the screen there. Those from a T-29 and a Leo that are a little further back. T-29 gets taken out by the UDIs. Now these guys are sticking together, and his next premium round's about to go. Rounds out. This'll hit. It does. Conqueror, I could tell it was going to hit. The aim was perfectly steady, no doubt about it. If that shell had not hit, then it would have been a travesty of the game, because Wargaming, you cannot allow a shell that's so well dialed in to miss 2 targets like that. Even if one of them happens to be Russian. Okay, he's loaded. Goes for the IS. Pulls back a little, but he takes the round and dies. And stuns the T-95 in the process. So what he's actually done here is he's actually held these heavy tanks back from the Zeppelin. And that means the enemy is at a disadvantage. They can't get close enough to get any shots on our guys. And, well, they're having to retreat now because they've been surrounded. They've got tanks behind them. Rounds out in the T-95. Hits his fuel tanks for 274. He's stunned. He's having to present his rear to a Super Hellcat. The Leo's using his 105mm on that T-95, and there he goes. The Super Hellcat gets the kill And that Conqueror is now in a whole load of jeopardy because he's about to get caught in a crossfire. Rounds out. Lands in front of him. Still splashes him though for 220. Was it 229? No, 19 hit points. Okay, we're now going for the tank destroyers up on the hill. There's a 3 tank difference now between the teams. And I think it's down to the Arty support of Dr. Dip, because he actually managed to hold back that entire gaggle of heavy tanks. Going for the T-54. Rounds out. Long time for the shell to fly. It's got 2.3 seconds for the shell to fire, to travel from Dr. Dip's position to the target. You can see that one of the mods I've got actually shows the travel time of the shell. It's a long distance. He's now dialing in on that T-30, almost ready to go. He's loaded. Rounds out. And he hit him. Direct hit. And now we've got a SU-130. Now, those tank destroyers are very, very thin-skinned. And you can see the damage he did against the T-30. He's almost out of hit points. Down to 2% now. And he's gone. Right, we've got a Striv S1 right up on top of the hill. He's next target. Fires the round in. No damage recorded. Okay, now the next target, the SU-100M1. Now this is a difficult one because although it's only a tier 7 Soviet tank destroyer, the fact of the matter is it's in that gully, which is protected by rocks on either side. So it's going to be a difficult job trying to get a direct hit, and you can see he's adjusting, trying to get it right. And he hits the target! There was no explosion, so we know we touched him. Now it's the only tank holding up our guys on the east side of the map. And the enemy tank destroyers did take their toll on our guys who are coming from the Zeppelin, because there's only the T-29 and the Super Hellcat out of those guys still left. Now he is loaded and ready to go, but I'm afraid, well, he's just fired the round in regardless of the any spots. The SU-130 PM goes down to the Super Hellcat, and oh, well, we lost the Progetto, but the enemy lost their GW Panther, destroyed by the 50 TP, and now that T-54 is playing chasey, chasey, kissy, kissy, bangy, bangy with the 50 TP, and of course that's not going to work because if there's an Arty involved, he fires a round in, and yep, that happens. And that's the second kill for Zin. For Zin? For Dr. Dip, I mean. Sorry, Dr. Dip. Zin was in the last replay. Here's the last one. The SU-100M1 pulled back. He knew he was outmatched and there was not a lot he could do. But Dr. Dip's about to fire another one in. Rounds out. Long flight time for the shell. Stuns the SU-100. Makes him vulnerable. Everyone's ganging up on him now. All he can do is try and get as many hit points as he can before the inevitable. And that's it. Game over. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats for this one. It's an ace tanker for Dr. Dip in the Lorraine 155 Milli 50. It's the first time he's had an ace tanker in this vehicle because it's got the scrolls underneath and you only get that the first time. He also managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 14, and he got a Confederate medal because he hit more of the enemy than anyone else, at least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates. And that's including the fact that he actually took out 2 enemy tanks himself, the IS and the T-54. His win rate for the game was 4,225, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Didn't get the highest damage in the game. That actually went to the Progetto 46 with 3,638 hit points, but he didn't pick up a high caliber. And well, that sort of suggests to me that he might have actually fired a shell at one of his own teammates during the battle, and well, that disqualified him from the top slot. I think some players are still working under the misapprehension that if they can do team damage or fire a shell at a teammate accidentally on purpose, and still it won't make any difference. I'm afraid it does, because you won't get the high caliber, and that's why I'm seeing so many battles where there's no high caliber awarded, and yet the player obviously managed to get at least 20% of the enemy hit points in total. But Dr. Dip managed to get the third highest damage, because he was beaten by that T54 who got 2939. Dr. Dip picked up 2538, so his third highest damage, beating the Striv S1 with 2358. When it came to kills, it was the T54 with 4 kills. SU-130PM got 3. Those were the guys who were trying to come down from the Zeppelin. Obviously, he was very hot on, he was very good at picking those guys off. 3 kills for the 50 TP, 3 kills for the Super Hellcat, who actually managed to pick up a Halonen's medal. And then Dr. Dip picked up 2, alongside the Progetto and the T30. When it came to base XP, though, it was Dr. Dip. He got 1,360 base experience points, and that's because he was tier 7 in a tier 9 game, so he was hitting higher tier opponents, and of course that added up to more XP overall. Plus, of course, he got some stun. 1,121 base to the Progetto 46 and 880 to the Super Hellcat. He fired 15 rounds, got 7 direct hits, no penetrations but 18 splash. Damage of 2,538 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 2, so that earned him the Confederate. 2,063 hit points of stun assist off 16 stuns, that got him the Ace Tanker. And on a premium count, he earned 60,398 credits, got 22,951 from Holiday Ops. Yes, this game was from Christmas, just didn't get generated back then, I'm afraid. Other clients came in the meanwhile. Total 83,349 credits, and after ammunition resupply, even with the premium ammo he fired, he still made a whopping great profit of 55,749 credits. He picked up 1 bomb for getting the Confederate, and 2,040 XP times 2 for the first victory, took away 4,080 experience points altogether. So great little game there from Dr. Dip. He didn't move for the entire battle. He was quite happy in that little bunch of trees, firing the shells out, but it was his effort on the east side of the map that kept the enemy at bay, and they couldn't get to the Zeppelin. And if they couldn't get to the Zeppelin, our guys were able to use the ridgeline just to the south of the Zeppelin, or to the north of the Zeppelin I should say, to actually shoot at the enemy without getting shot at themselves or at least damaged. And of course Dr. Dip was able to then pile those rounds in on them to get as much damage as he could from multiple targets in each shot. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel. We don't have that many subscriptions, which is surprising because we've done huge numbers of replays for literally hundreds, if not thousands of players. At least, well, I think it's thousands. We've certainly done a lot. And of course, we have more videos than Quickie Baby and Jingles combined, at least as far as I'm aware we do at the moment. I'm sure that they are actually generating a lot more videos as I speak, because of course the COVID-19 pandemic. But I'm sure that they also realise that we put out more videos each day than they do, and so we're bound to pass them at any time. So if you enjoyed that replay, thanks very much for watching.